I'm Lee Waters. I'm one of the board members. I'm actually your treasurer. And I want to go over a few things about the street slurry that's getting ready to happen. You guys have seen all the cuts and the striping that we did to fill in the cracks, but now it's time to slurry it. Unlike anything we've done before in the past, we've always just kind of done what we call a top coat, which is like paint it black, but this is actually going to be a thick layer of product that they're going to lay down over the street. You won't see any of the cracks, any of the lines that are there now. And the saw cuts that they did, the fill area that they did, that they fixed, you won't see any of that anymore. So it'll be all solid and black. It's going to be a soft substance. So if you were to drive on it, it'll squish out and it'll actually stick to your car and stick to your tires and everything, and it'll be a big mess, and you'll track it everywhere. So, you know, we're going to have barricades up and everything so you don't, you know, accidentally drive on it. Now, walking on it is the same problem basically. If you walk on it, it's going to stick to your shoes and you get track in your house, track it everywhere. But there's a few things I want to go over with you about how this is all going to choreograph basically. So this is all going to happen Thursday and Friday of this week. So Thursday, what's going to happen is they're going to do the Scarlet Meadow side and all the cul-de-sacs all the way down and around, and I'll show you actually where it's going to stop. Scarlet Meadow is going to be completely blocked off. Aside from one little area coming into the neighborhood to turn on to Azure Field Thursday evening when you come home from work. Scarlet Meadow from the pool on will be closed off. The cul-de-sacs will be closed. Everything down there will be closed. To get to your home, you will have to walk. You'll have to park on Azure Field side and walk to your homes. It'll be barricaded off so nobody can drive on it or park on it. This speed bump right here, that speed bump's the divider. The slurry will stop at that speed bump on this side. On that side is going to be clear. That's where you're going to be able to park the first night. The first night's going to be the biggest hassle. Saturday is going to be a little bit of a hassle too, even though you'll be able to drive on it, but they're going to be working in the street. So they're going to have certain areas sectioned off while they paint and do stuff like that. So it's going to be a little bit of a hassle getting in and out, but we should be able to accommodate you getting in and out. Now, some things to remember about the first night, because it's going to be really tight parking and really tight getting in and out of here. Make sure you have one car out. I mean, whatever car you need to leave and to go do what you got to do, take the kids to school, go grocery shopping, go to work, do whatever you got to do, make sure that car is over on Azure Field side. If it's parked in your driveway and they slurry the street, it's in your driveway till Friday. There's no way you can get out of it. You can't drive on this at all. It's going to squish out, which means your tires will leave big marks in it, and that's going to have to be repaired. And unfortunately, the company will charge us extra for coming back and fixing these areas that get walked on, driven on, everything else. And as a community, we're going to have to pass that expense on to you, the homeowner. The first night, Scarlet Meadow will be completely closed down. The cul-de-sacs will be completely closed down. Everybody will have to park on the Azure Field side and then walk over to their homes on Scarlet Meadow. Friday night, say opposite. Everybody who lives on Azure Field is going to have to park on Scarlet Meadow side and walk to their homes from Scarlet Meadow over to the Azure Field side. Now, in order to make all this really happen the best, on the first night, the Thursday night, I think everybody on Azure Field, or the homeowners on Azure Field, everybody please park in your driveways and in your garages. Get everything off the street, because the people who live on Scarlet Meadow and the cul-de-sacs are going to have to park on our side of the street. So we're going to need as much parking as possible. If you have extra room in your driveway and you can afford to stick another car in there, please let a neighbor know that you can do that. Parking in front of, in the green areas, in front of the mailbox is going to be no problem. You're not going to get towed, so that's fine. Unfortunately, parking in the red in front of the fire hydrants, that's a city thing. We have to keep those open. Anybody who has a long driveway, who's got extra room, if you can invite a couple neighbors to park in there, that would be awesome. All right, there's a couple things that we definitely have to discuss about the logistics of this whole deal. The day we're doing the street slurry, the 2 days, Thursday and Friday, mail will not be able to get in here. Okay, the mailman can't get into the mailboxes. So what the company suggested is that we stop the mail service. You know, call and stop your mail service. Otherwise, you're going to have to go down to the post office and pick your mail up. I know it's a problem, it's a hassle, but it's what's got to be done. Delivery, same deal. If you have anything supposed to be delivered, you may want to let the company know to delay it, because delivery trucks aren't going to be able to get in here. UPS, FedEx, they're not going to be able to drive through here. Gardeners, you're going to need to stop your gardeners Thursday and Friday. Maid service, if you have maid service, won't be able to have maid service come in. Pest control, things like that. Thursday and Friday will not be able to get into the neighborhood at all.